Welcome back. It's Tasting Tuesdays. I'm Ron the Cook, and for today's tasting, I thought I need to dress up special because we're drinking bourbon. Not just any bourbon, but Brothers Bond Bourbon. And I won't be tasting just one, not two, but all three expressions that they have produced. For those of you unfamiliar with Brothers Bond, it is owned by Ian Sommerholder and Paul Wesley of Vampire Diaries. Now I know at first you're thinking, oh God, not another celebrity whiskey. This is not a celebrity whiskey. This is a whiskey that just happens to be owned by a celebrity. Before picking them up, I did a lot of research on it. I wanted to know what I was getting into, if I even wanted to get into it. And what I found, I was pleasantly surprised. From the regenerative farming they're using to create their bottles, to their view and love of the product. So first, let's talk about the bottle. I actually love this bottle. It is a perfect design, has an old-timey feel to it. It feels like it belongs up on the shelf of an old Western movie. All of the paper, everything, all the labels is 100% recycled paper. And not just that, but the ink that they have is vegetable-based ink, along with the glue they're using. So this bottle is very sustainable, which is something that more big companies, especially liquor brands, really need to start looking at towards the future. Overall, love the simple design, Brothers Bond, straight bourbon whiskey, hand-selected batch. So this is a 40 proof, which I know I saw a lot of people complaining about, like, oh, it's a 40 proof whiskey, it's a 40 proof whiskey. They're looking for the 45, looking for the hotness. But then if you really think about the brothers and who their fan base is, it is millennial women and Gen Z women who aren't the biggest bourbon drinkers. But I don't think they're not bourbon drinkers because they don't want to be. But I think because the marketing for bourbon is all about, like, men doing manly things, drinking bourbon by fires. Women like sitting by fires too, and not just because they're fan base, but I think they really wanted to get more people into bourbon. Bringing that alcohol content from 45 to 40 completely changes that alcohol burn and gives you a much smoother. All right, enough talking about the whiskey. Let's give it a taste. We're going to start with the Brothers Bond Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is the 40 proof. Okay. It's got all those baking spice notes to it. Brown sugar, a little bit of maple. It's got some oak to it, specifically that char oak smell. And bananas? There's definitely like that runts. It's that smell of a runts banana. Kind of that rotten banana smell. All right, cheers. Light, almost some toasted marshmallow in there at the end. That over caramelized flavor of sugar. Okay, now for a second taste. That is good bourbon. It's pretty hot for only being 40%. Now at the end, now that I've taken some out and it's starting to dehydrate on the interior of my glass, I'm starting to get more of that caramel smell, those oaky, woody notes that you get in a well-produced bourbon. You know what? That's a damn good product. I think that is perfect for the everyday drinker, but also for someone who really wants to, who wants to get into bourbon, but has never really found the one to get them in. I think this is going to be the one that gets them in. So also let's talk about that aftertaste and the finish. It's still going, you know, good 25, 30 seconds later. And it's just the sweetness you get from a good bourbon. That's nice, I like that. And something that's really important to Ian Sommerholder and Paul Wesley is the fact that they truly believe that farmers are incredibly important to our culture, our society here in the United States and around the world. And so they really have been helping to produce regenerative farming for their product. Next up, we've got the rye. This is a 95 proof. This is the American Blended Rye Whiskey. It's a small batch. So the rye won double gold at the Global Spirits Awards. It was a gold winner in San Francisco, gold winner in New York, and a gold winner of the American Spirits Council. So got some high marks there. So the rye is 71% rye, 16% corn, and then the rest is made up by wheat and barley. So let's ooh, it's good corn. Let's get a little water before I taste the next one. On to the rye. A little richer color. Whew, that's got some heat. Oh yeah. Yeah, that smells like rye. Yeah, that's got that ethanol rye smell to it. Still getting a lot of heavy baking spices, a little cinnamon in there, and a good amount of age. It's got that nice smoky, charred smell to it. Ooh, damn. That is very smooth for a rye, but it's still got that burn right back here, right in the back of the sides and the back of the tongue. Right off the bat, you're getting a lot of that tropical fruit smell, like that rotten banana, rotten pineapple smell. It's got, I mean, compared to a lot of ryes, this has a lot of sweetness on the nose. It's not as spicy. That is a damn good rye. That is really good. It's spicy, but not overpowering. It's got that, still got the sweetness and like the baking spices that just the regular bourbon has. That is absolutely amazing. And last but not least, the Brothers Bond Original Cask Strength, 115.1 proof. So this is a 57.5% bourbon. Let's cleanse the palate. Somehow this smells less hot than the rye. It has a sweeter smell up front. That is really good. Heavy brown sugar flavor, lots of maple, a little bit of vanilla, lots of baking spices. On the flavor though, in the second smell, far less of those tropical fruit flavors that you get from the other two. This one just smells like brown sugar, maple, oak, vanilla. This right here, this is the bourbon drinker's bourbon. If you're one of the bourbon elitists, this is the one that will change your mind about this brand. Sweet, smooth at 57%, like being able to smell it and not just being an affront to the palate, that's amazing. This would make a phenomenal old fashioned. Well, I know what I'm making later. Pinkies up. It's got a little bit of heat on there, that last little sip, but not too much. It's not burning the palate. It's not destroying your senses. So the website says that this has an extra long finish on it. And a lot of bourbons claim that, but can't really hold up. This one so far, we're a minute later, still hitting. I'm still getting the aroma, the flavors left over from the bourbon. It's not bad, boys, not bad at all. My final thoughts on the three expressions from Brothers Bond. The Cask Strength is a bourbon drinker's whiskey. It has all the things that a lot of bourbon elitists are looking for. It's got that oak finish. It's got the vanilla from the oak. It's a little hot. It's 57%. It's got some heat to it. Next up, we've got the rye. I think the rye is my favorite. It's got sweetness to it. It's not just hot like a lot of ryes are. There's not a big market for ryes either, so, you know, jumping to a small pond with a bunch of big fish. But I think they're gonna hold up. The Brothers Bond Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Hand-selected batch. This is an intro whiskey, intro bourbon for people who want to appreciate it, who want to get into it, who really have thought, I want to taste whiskeys. This is yours right here. This is it right here. And also though, with the flavor profile in this, I think it's going to hold up in a cocktail very well. All in all, definitely a good showing from Brothers Bond. They have announced they're going to be doing an 8-year, which should be coming out sometime in January. Looking forward to that. They've also talked about in a couple different podcasts about doing a port cask and a sherry cask. I can't wait to see where this company goes. Until next time. Cheers.